What do you do when the thing you built isn't enough anymore? That's the question I had to answer last year. And the honest answer meant everything had to change. About a year ago, I had to look in the mirror and ask a question I didn't want to ask. Is Codefi good or is it great? We've done real work, 10 years of it, 60 startups supported, 600 people trained, 100 million in economic impact, partnerships across Missouri. We had every reason to be proud, but pride can be dangerous. It can make you protect what you've built instead of building what's needed. So I asked the harder question, are we ready for what's next? The honest answer was no. There's a classic business book called Good to Great by Jim Collins. One of its core principles is first who, then what. Before you figure out strategy, you have to get the right people in the right seats. Over the past year, we have made difficult decisions. We said goodbye to people who helped build Codefi. Good people, but who weren't the right fit for where we were going. It's not a criticism of them. It's a recognition of what this next chapter demands. And it started with me. I had to set aside my ego and admit that what got us here wasn't going to get us there. Collins talks about something called the flywheel effect. Greatness doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens through consistent, disciplined effort, pushing in the same direction, day after day, until momentum builds and the thing starts turning on its own. For 10 years, we've been pushing that flywheel in rural Missouri, building programs, training people, supporting startups, showing up in places where nobody else would go, towns of a few thousand, counties with almost no broadband, communities that the traditional tech economy had written off. We didn't do it for the headlines. We did it because those places and those people deserve the same shot at the digital economy as anyone in San Francisco or Austin. And now the flywheel is turning. Collins has another concept, the hedgehog. It's the intersection of three things: what you're deeply passionate about, what you can be the best in the world at, and what drives your economic engine. After 10 years, our hedgehog is clearer than ever. Passion, people and places that others overlook. That hasn't changed. That will never change. What we're best at, it's program innovation, building world-class services for markets everyone else ignores. I'll come back to that. Economic engine, this is where we've evolved. We built a model that earns its way, so we don't have to depend on the grant cycle to survive. So we keep our programs free for Missourians, so we're not one budget cut away from closing our doors. That's not selling out, that's growing up. Here's what people miss about Codefi. We've never been followers. 10 years ago, we were one of the first to bring real tech startup support to rural America. Not a watered-down version, the real thing. We built programs that could compete with anything in a major metro, and we proved they worked. Now we're doing it again. Codefi is Missouri's first AI-native startup studio and workforce development provider. Our programs don't just mention AI, they're built on it. We've redesigned how founders validate ideas, how developers learn to build, and how communities access opportunities. That's the pattern. We see what's next, we build for it, and we bring it to places others ignore. And now we have something worth scaling. For the first time, Codefi's programs are available to every community in Missouri, not just rural, everywhere. Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia, Springfield, and yes, every small town and rural county where we started. This isn't us walking away from rural. This is rural's victory lap. Rural Missouri was our proving ground. If we could build world-class programs in a town of 2,000 with limited resources and no existing tech ecosystem, we could build them anywhere. Now we're scaling what works. One state network, one Missouri economy, a developer in Poplar Bluff connected to opportunities in St. Louis, an entrepreneur in Joplin with a network that reaches Kansas City. For Missourians, we'll offer our programs at the lowest cost possible. That's our commitment. Something else happened this year that we didn't plan. Organizations outside Missouri started calling. Other states, universities, economic development groups facing the same challenges we've been solving for a decade. They didn't find us because we were marketing to them. They found us because the work spoke for itself. So we're expanding, carefully, strategically, bringing what we built in rural Missouri to builders and communities across the country that need it. And here's why that matters. The more our programs earn their way nationally, the more sustainable we become, and the more we can protect what's affordable and accessible here at home. We're not chasing growth, we're letting the flywheel do what flywheels do. This isn't about Codefi, and it's not about me. It's about what becomes possible when you stop making excuses for the places and people that others ignore. Rural Missouri taught us that talent is everywhere, but opportunity isn't. Our job is to keep closing that gap. A year ago, I asked if Codefi was good or great. I still don't know the answer. But I know we're finally asking the right questions. And now we're built to see it through. The flywheel is turning. Come push with us.